My name's Richie Horton and I'm an engagement worker for the ACE service, which stands for Assertive Contact and Engagement. I would be the first point of contact face-to-face really with a client that had been referred. I would be somebody that would visit at the home address. I would be somebody that would make the first initial phone call if they became a one-to-one client of the service. ACE I would describe as a service that would be working with people that were most isolated in our community, people that would possibly been in contact with mental health services previously to being referred to ACE and had disengaged for whatever reason, or possibly they'd never been involved with any services. People that have what I would say obvious mental health problems, but had never sought help before. And that was the type of people we would work with, and that would explain ACE. We have a therapy service within ACE. We have groups, open access groups. We work from 3 different areas across the city. We have different language speaking workers on our East Asian speaking workers. We have a Somali speaking worker. We have a families worker. And possible volunteering in the future for service users that came into our service and then got into a recovery position if they wanted to give back to the service and share their vast knowledge of mental health from a personal standpoint, then we could provide that as well. Primarily it would be the engagement. It would be actually striking up a relationship with your personal one-to-one engagement worker. I personally would look at the whole 360-degree support needs of that person at that time. That might not be just mental health. We know that drug and alcohol can be really prevalent at certain times in people's lives. We know that benefits could be a problem. They might even not be linked in with a GP at that point. Just simple things most people would take for granted. A lot of people that I work with find that a really hard struggle to be connected with these services. So I would look at somebody's complete whole situation and refer, make some calls, just trying to make their life initially just that little bit less stressful. Some people have got a lot of financial matters, that are really stressing them out. And this I can sort out. I can make some calls on their behalf with their consent. Just generally, helping them just to be a bit more comfortable initially. And then we can look at maybe a bit more of the deeper stuff down the line, whether that would be in a therapy contract with ACE, referring to community-based support networks. However that comes, we would work that out with the client. Everything I do, I have the client at the center of what I'm trying to do, and I keep them informed at all turns, really. I think that's really important. Okay, so we have a duty line that is manned Monday to Friday from 8 AM to 8 PM, and they can self-refer. Anybody can refer, basically. You can refer yourself, a carer, a professional, anybody can refer. And you can use that line. You can come to one of our open access drop-ins across the city, on any given day, and make a referral, talk to somebody there and then actually, the engagement worker that's running the session might say, what, I think you could really benefit from our service. How do you feel about making a referral? How do you feel about that? So it's quite an easy process. It's very accessible. There's not a lot of barriers and work to get into the ACE service. As I was saying before, one is based at the Compass Centre, which is city centre, Stokescroft area. So that would be the central and north sector of Bristol. And then we have our second hub, which is over in Barton Hill Settlement, which would be the east of Bristol, running all the way up to sort of M32, Fish Ponds, up that sort of way. And then actually where I'm based is south of Bristol, which is Philwood Community Centre, which is right in the middle of Knoll West. So we cover the whole of South Bristol, anywhere south of the river. We cover Hartcliffe, all of the big local authority estates that are positioned in South Bristol. We cover that, Bedminster. So pretty much the whole of Bristol is covered by one of our teams, one of our hubs. Okay, so for me personally, Bristol Mental Health means assistance, help and support ongoing with your mental health issues. Okay, hopefully going into what we call recovery, into a recovery place. I would say that the most used resource in the Bristol Mental Health services by myself would probably be Petherton Road, the assessment and recovery teams. Within that's but there is obviously lots of other services connected, but that would be the obvious one that I would think of. 3 words. I mean, I could think of hundreds of words, but if I was pinned down to 3, I would have to say flexible. I would have to say understanding, and I would have to say consistent. The word consistency is quite important to us. Actually, we don't give up on someone because they might miss an appointment. We realise that we are working with the most hard to reach people and isolated people that might have distrust of services. So we assertively, consistently, keep going with somebody, and I think that really works, that flexibility. I think for the reasons that I just gave there, the 3 words really, the flexibility that we have to work with people that are, disengagers, people that find it hard to turn up for appointments. We will consistently try and work with you and work, in a way that's comfortable for you, whether that's visiting you at your home, which is really important because, for a lot of people, it's a really fearful thing to actually leave their property and come to an office space or one-to-one, a group room, and actually speak to somebody. So, I would recommend our service because of those reasons, because we will continue to try and assist you. We don't give up on people. Yeah, I mean, I think the flexibility and the not free rein, but the remit that I have is quite wide, and I can go to different lengths to meet people, where I was talking about their home address and stuff like that. I enjoy having that, going out in the car and meeting people on their patch, on their space, where they feel safe. A lot of people that I meet and a lot of prospective clients, they've never had that experience. They've just been sent a letter, you need to come to this office at 11 o'clock, and then it gets to about 10:30, I can't do it. The anxiety kicks in, and it's just too much. So I think the free rein that I have to go out to people's addresses, I've met people in parks. I've sat down on park benches and talked to people for half an hour. It just gives me some freedom within my role to be flexible and to meet people on their terms, as it were. Success stories, I mean, we've got quite a few. We've only been online since April 2015, but we have had some great successes.